Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu in talks over threat of Iran. President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu hold talks today that offer a chance to project a common front against Iran, but are expected to do little to advance seemingly stalled Israeli-Palestinian peace prospects. Mired in corruption investigations threatening his political survival, Netanyahu, questioned at his home by police on Friday, will step into a different spotlight during his 5-day U.S. visit. Trump's push to change or scrap Iran's 2015 nuclear deal with world powers and concerns over Tehran's foothold in Syria are expected to top the agenda of his talks with Netanyahu, U.S. and Israeli officials said. Both leaders have long railed against the deal, citing its limited duration and the fact that it does not cover Iran's ballistic missile program or its support for anti-Israel militants in the region. President Trump has threatened to pull out of the agreement unless European allies help fix it with a follow-up accord. An Israeli official said Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Trump were likely to talk about how to overcome European resistance on the matter. I intend to discuss a series of issues with President Trump, but foremost Iran, its aggression, nuclear ambitions and aggressive actions in the Middle East, including along our very border, Prime Minister Netanyahu told reporters on his departure from Israel. Israel has accused Tehran of seeking a permanent military presence in Syria, where Iranian-backed forces support Syrian President Bashar al-Assad in a civil war. Netanyahu has also cautioned that Israel could act against Iran itself after an Iranian drone flew into Israel last month and an Israeli warplane was shot down while bombing air defenses in Syria. He has accused Iran of planning to build precision-guided missile factories in Lebanon, amid tensions along that border. We want to know and we must know what the U.S. position will be if we do enter into some wider confrontation with Iran, Michael Oren, a deputy Israeli cabinet minister and former ambassador to Washington, said on Sunday on Israel's Channel 13 TV. U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has called on Iran to withdraw its military and militia from Syria. But with Russia the dominant international player in Syria, it is unclear what practical steps Washington could take to ease Israeli concerns. President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu will also discuss efforts led by the president's son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner to develop an Israeli-Palestinian peace proposal, which the president has said could lead to the deal of the century. The process has gone nowhere, however, since President Trump's recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital in December and announcement of the coming move of the U.S. Embassy to the city in May, shortly after Israel's 70th anniversary. Kushner also finds himself on the defensive amid investigations into alleged meddling by Russia in the 2016 presidential campaign. Palestinian leaders have reacted to the change in decades-old U.S. policy on Jerusalem by rejecting Washington's traditional leadership of peace efforts. Prime Minister Netanyahu told reporters in Israel that he will discuss with President Trump the possibility of inviting him to the embassy's Jerusalem opening,